Hello again, everybody. So I'm going to continue talking about fundamental body reading. And today, after the last video when I was talking about flat neck can sometimes maybe in a person also relate to having more of a flatter thoracic spine. That's the middle part of the spine. So if I take my friend here, spine, and I'm slowly straighten out the middle spine a little bit more, you might see more of this kind of action rather than having this more convex kind of rounding in the middle of the spine. So when you see that in a student, it might be harder to see because they have their shirt on. Yeah, but sometimes you might be able to see that. You'll notice that maybe the sternum is elevated a little bit more in that kind of person's body when you're body reading it. And you'll also notice the flatness of the middle of the spine more, so that you'll see that the middle muscles of the spine, the paraspinal muscles in the middle of the back, are maybe a little bit shorter looking. Yeah, and also the abdominal muscles in the front may be a little bit shorter looking, okay? So what kind of yoga postures can benefit this person? Well, yoga postures that would be useful is opposite to what we did for the flat neck in the last video, is doing a posture opposite of cow, which is cat pose, dropping the head, pressing the hands and the base of the index fingers into the floor, and focusing on rounding through the middle of the spine here more than anything else. Okay? Another one that we can do to help bring more balance in for that person who's a little bit tighter in the middle of the spine or flatter middle spine is eagle arms. So Garudasana arms is also a wonderful one that they might enjoy. Maybe it's not so much enjoy, but benefit from. Okay. Another pose that they could benefit from to help bring a little bit more balance, and this one's a little bit deeper, so you have to kind of be mindful with this, okay, is rabbit pose or hare pose. So coming down with the forehead to the ground and lightly resting the forehead on the ground, tucking the toes, ankles flexed, and if their arms are long enough, holding the ankles or the bottoms of the feet, and then gently pulling the shoulders or the upper back gently forward towards the front of the mat. Okay? Good. And then from that one, there's something that you might want to focus on that I find is really useful, which is the breathing. Yeah, because sometimes, not in all cases, like in any part of any person's body, it's going to differ, even if they have the same kind of conditions body reading wise. Experimenting with the breath. So what might be really helpful for a person with a straighter thoracic spine is to take the hands in the middle of the spine or the middle ribs in the back and just focus on breathing into the hands in the middle of the ribs in the back. And that will help to create some length there as well, and also maybe help to contribute to the curvature and release some tension and that shortening of the paraspinal muscles that are in the back there. Another one that you can do from a standing position would be standing up into Tadasana with your feet hip distance apart, bend the knees slightly, and this may also feel good with somebody that has a straighter middle spine, is slowly bending the knees and rolling slowly down vertebrae for vertebrae, and then slowly rolling back up again. These are things that maybe as a yoga teacher you're already doing in your class, so that helps to build a well-rounded class. One last thing I want to share, a preparation pose to help open up the spine a little bit more in the middle part specifically, and also to bring a little bit of relief into the middle spine and opening up that shortness in the paraspinals, is a variation of this pose here, which is a twist. So if I take my right hand to my right head, the back of my head, and I'm going to open, inhale and turn. And then I'm going to this is the motion here that might feel quite good in relieving for that person with a tighter middle spine or a straighter middle spine. It's taking the elbow to the opposite elbow and then coming up again and coming forward again slowly, exhaling, and then changing it on the other arm and doing it on the other side again. Doing that maybe before venturing into any of the other Garudasana and other movements that I just explained. So if you happen to see that and you're able to see it through the shirt or without the shirt on in that person, or maybe in a private session you're doing with a student, those are some ideas that you can experiment with. So enjoy. Peace out.